the visitors are professional, I don't mind if they have a problem to find a producer.
So just for our audience, you're listening in the background. We have some Christmas music going on, but we're still in January, end of January, in Torino.
Italian Wine Travel with Stevie Kim.
Hello, welcome back. My name's Stevie Kim, and this is the Italian Wine Podcast on the road edition. And we're in Piemonte, in Turin, for Grandi Langhe 2025 edition. Sitting next to me is Sergio Germano, who's also the president of the consortium of Barolo and Barbaresco. And he has a long history, I think from the get-go, of Grandi Langhe. Sergio, can you let our audience know a little bit about the history of Grandi Langhe, when it was born and what it is today?
Grandi Langhe is born more than 10 years ago, inspired from the Le Grand Jour de Bourgogne. An idea because Piedmont is similar than Burgundy, and the idea was from the consortium Barolo, Barbaresco, Alba Langhe e Dogliani with the consortium del Roero. They start to build this event in Alba and spread out in some village of Barolo and Barbaresco. The beginning was very good. People increased. The visitor, also the producer, believe in this event. Also in the last 10 years, we had also a big number of new label, new producers to start to involve, to stop sell the grape and start to make wine. And now we are a lot of producers. For this reason, we move from Langhe, because we don't have a big building to host all this event in a convenient and comfortable situation, to Turin with this amazing OGR, an historical building, perfect to host this kind of event.
Sergio, give me some numbers. Like, for example, today we have 500 producers, which is huge. It's a big number. But what about in the beginning? It was just Barolo, the consortium, and Roero.
The beginning of this event is born from Barolo, Barbaresco, Roero. It was less than 100 producers. And last year was 300 producers. But
The same place.
Here in the same place was almost more than 60, doesn't have a space to come. The idea with the new management of consortium, we decided to have every producer associate the consortium to like to participate. I would like to have a space for them. For this reason, we rent a bigger part of OGR. The space now is adaptable for 500 producers, and we are almost 400 from Langhe and Roero. And this year is the big news, is the open to the rest of Piedmont with the appellation of the rest of Piedmont. In total is 60 appellations. In Piedmont we have 59, almost 60 appellations in Piedmont in total.
How many consortiums?
Is 14 consortiums.
Oh yeah, so it was more, I was thinking more of the consortiums. So what is the main difference besides the size of the event from last year to this year, for example?
I think that we don't need to change it totally, but we like to increase, to improve the appeal for the visitor, because it's dedicated only for trade. We had almost more than 3,000 visitors last year with 70, 80 foreign people. This year we have 250 foreign traders, and with more than 4,500 people registered for this event. And the new is also to have a space dedicated for journalists, to have a space more relaxed, more comfortable, to taste the wine in relax.
So how many wines are there during the event?
500 producers, 6 wines for each, is 3,000 wine made for the visitor. And in the tasting room for press is 700 wine from all Piedmont, served from sommelier.
So tell us the layout. Explain to us the layout of the event, because it's not very easy to organize 500 companies in one area. So how is it presented?
We decided just to to don't have any problem between the producer, to have the same possibility to show in democratic expression.
Yeah.
We have the alphabetic exposure. That means from the A to the Z, we can have obviously a mix, maybe Gavi, Barolo, Barbera d'Asti, Moscato, Altalanga, Barbaresco, but it is much more interesting for the people to have easy in alphabetic exposure to find the producer.
Yeah, I mean, it is very democratic. It's very unusual, right? Because I would have expected, you know, all the Barolos to be together, all the Roeros to be together, etc., right?
We like to have the same opportunity to the people to be found and also to catch the attention to the professional, because the visitors are professional. I don't mind if they have a problem to find a producer.
What are your ambitions? What are your goals? What would you like to achieve, you know, after this edition? You want to go home. What are the takeaways from this event that you like for our audience to understand?
I hope this event become an opportunity for the international trade to come in Piedmont, to have a focus, and they can find almost all the producer from this region. And this is very easy because Piedmont has a very deep polyhydricity for the production. Is exclusive rare variety, is exclusive unique appellation, and I think it's a good opportunity for people to find this old wine in the place where they are made.
Just a small, on a personal level, I would love to know what the vintage was like in 2024 for Barolo and Barbaresco. How was the vintage last year?
2024 was difficult here because it was difficult to grow. We had a lot of hours to work, a lot of rain. We have to run very, very fast to have a perfect timing, and it was not easy to respect that because the rain was. But in the end, the terroir, when the people was very focused, the result was interesting. And that means the potential of the terroir is very high. It's important to respect it, to listen, to understand, and to try to protect and follow in the best way. The professionality of the producer this year had a good opportunity to be shown.
So for our audience who are less familiar with Turin and Piemonte in general, how would you recommend for them to, when they first come here for the first time, how can they navigate the 500 wine producers?
Primary, I hope they can take 2 days more to enjoy the Turin, because Turin is a fantastic town. It's not really popular, but we have one of the bigger museums from Egyptian in Europe. We have a lot of nice monuments, and around Turin we have all the wine area. And I think when they come in the fair, they can take half an hour to think about which kind of, because we have a lot of white, a lot of sparkling, and a strong, powerful, famous red. I think they can have a flight to the good opportunity to talk directly with the producer, and they can explain, and they can teach the soul they use to make a wine.
Okay, well, that was Sergio Germano with us, the president of the consortium of Barolo and Barbaresco, with us to give us the past, present, and future insight into Grandi Langhe 2025. And that is a wrap from OGR. That is all for now, and stay with us as we cover Grandi Langhe of 2025. Ciao ragazzi.
Ciao, thank you.